prepared for the training. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. I want us to keep coming in. I want us to have a lot of attendance so that we can proceed. Let's please keep coming in. Let's come in. Let's come in. As we come in, please let's mute our mics. Let us mute our mics, please. As we come in, let's mute our mics, please. Okay. Yeah, the guest is in the house. The guest is in the house. The guest speaker is in the house. Very soon she'll be brought forward to present for this evening. Yeah. Let's please keep coming in. While you come in, you please text hi. Let us all know you are available. Let us all know that you are around. Let us all know you are joining us on this free training program to improve our skills, our minds on UI UX designs. Let's please keep coming in. Let's please keep coming in. Let's keep coming in, please. Yeah, everybody should please mute their mics. Everyone should please mute their mics. Everyone should please mute their mics so that there will be proper communication. Yeah, everybody should mute their mics. Let everybody mute their mics. Let's keep coming in. Let's keep coming in. Let's keep coming in. Yes, let's keep coming in. Yes, you all are welcome. Yeah, I know every one of you here want to know my name, want to know who I am and everything. My name is Okwimano Uzoma. Yeah, I'm a graduate of History and International Relations, Abia State University. Yeah, and I'm also a designer, a graphic designer, and a whole lot of that. Anything designs. When it comes to designs, I'm there, top notch. So I'm happy to come in the midst of you guys, for us to grow together, for us to share knowledge together, for us to know what we are doing in the tech world, for us to improve our mindset, both in designs and in other areas. I want us to join together to make this possible for ourselves. So I welcome you all to this program. Yeah, and the purpose for this program is actually to give a free training to those that are interested, to those that have good mindsets to learn or to grow their knowledge more or to know more about UI UX designs. Yes, this is the platform that was prepared for that purpose. And the host of this free training, as we all know, is Digital C Networks. Digital C Networks is the host. Yes, is a host for this training. Yeah, and we should so much be happy and glad that that form of training was put in place, where people can come together, where like minds can come together, so that we can be able to learn, so that we can be able to grow and have more knowledge about things that we should know when it comes to UI UX designs. Welcome you all. I can see Moses. I can see Moses. Moses, can I get a hi from you? Moses, can I get a hi from you? Yes, Moses. Moses, can I get a hi from you, please? Okay, Oluwaseun Tobiloba. Oluwaseun Tobiloba is here. Can I get a hi from you? Can I get a hi from you? Is also one of the guest speakers. Oluwaseun Tobiloba. You're welcome. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. This is one of my boss. When it comes to designs. This is one of my great bosses out there. Yeah, I give honor to you all. I give honor to you all, the guests. Yes, it's a great opportunity we have here for us to come together to learn about UI UX designs. Yes, it's not everywhere you go that you could get this kind of training for free. Yeah, many pay up to 20,000 naira. Yeah, for trainings and all those things. Okay, so before we run through the section, now we are going to have a little knowledge of what Digital C Network is all about and talking about. We have to know what's the purpose, we have to know why it came out, we have to know why it came into place for this kind of training. Yeah, Digital C Network is a digital skill training brand. Yes, it's a skill training brand that seeks to train youths around the globe, everywhere, not just Nigeria or wherever it might be, everywhere around the globe, and also making them go digital as the world goes. Yes, the whole world is going digital currently. Yeah, the same way our skills, our technologies should actually go digital. Yes, and the digital citizen networks also offers product designs, web development, data analytics, video edition, brand making, graphic designs, digital marketing. Yes, that's just majorly things that digital C network offers. It's a very great platform where you gain knowledge, where you gain enthusiasm, where you gain the strength to actually flow well when it comes to UI UX designs. Yes, one of the sweetest logos I've ever seen, one of the sweetest slogan I've ever seen is that of Digital C Network. It said, where we learn and grow together. That's the purpose of this main training for today. Yeah, the slogan is where we learn and grow together. So I really thank you all for taking our time to come onto this platform to learn. So at this time, I'm going to be introducing the speaker. I'm going to be introducing the speaker of today. I'm going to be introducing the speaker of today. We all need to know who she is as she comes and play now to teach us, to give us the first training on what we should do. Yes, we should all welcome our teachers as they are available here online. Yeah, but one is actually going to speak to us. Yes, I want our teacher to please signify by saying a hi. I want our speaker for tonight to signify by dropping a hi on the screen. Yeah, let's see our speaker as she drops a hi for us on the screen. Okay, our speaker, please want you to take on the mic now. We want you to take on the mic now. We want you to unmute your own mic while you'll be the one speaking now. We want you to unmute your mic so that we can be able to listen to you while you speak tonight. Yeah, the speaker, unmute your mic, and when you unmute your mic, I want you to tell us who you are, to tell us where you're speaking to us from, introduce yourself, and let us know more about this super teacher that wants to blow our mind this evening on UI UX designs. I welcome you, guest speaker, I welcome you. Please unmute your mic so that you can be able to communicate with us as the training proceeds.
Hi everyone, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. My name is Melody, a UX designer. I'll be taking us on UI design tonight. So after the class, we would have opportunity to ask our questions. So to get started, I would like to share my screen. A second, please. Okay, I believe we can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay. So tonight we are going to be talking about UI design. And as we all know, there is no UX without UI. And there is no UI without a UX. They both go hand in hand. So whenever we're talking about UI, we are definitely talking about UX design too. Because They are both working hand in hand. So what is UI? User interface, as it is called, is one of the things we are going to discuss this night. So we're going to talk about UI design tool, turn design interface, plugins, layers and grid, shapes, text and colors, and as time permits us. So moving forward, what is UI design? UI design simply means the aesthetic of a product, the look and feel of a product. That is what UI design is. Talking about the components, talking about the icons, the typography, the colors, all of this, the contrast, the imagery, all of these are UI design. A typical example is what you are seeing on my screen here. I'm sure we are familiar with this Twitter clone. So from this Twitter clone, you can see typography. You can see this UI card here. The icons, and you can also see the bottom tabs here. All of these are what make up UI designer. So who is a UI designer? A UI designer is focused on the aesthetic of the design. That is the person that understands how the concept that has been pictured or the concept that has been planned will be carried out. This person creates the visual elements, their interactive properties, the facilitation of interactions, the prototypes. This is what a UX designer does. And the UI designer rather have to be super creative. And then this means that they need to understand what is called visual hierarchy. And before a UI designer can be as good as someone who can produce a good product, one must understand the basic of UI design. And one principle that guides UI design is called Gestalt theory. You can make more inquiry, make more research on what Gestalt theory is all about. Gestalt theory proposed that all visual elements, that human being tends to visualize elements that are alike, that looks the same as one. That is the principle of Gestalt theory. What that means is that merely seeing something, merely seeing an interface, human being is able to denote that, okay, these things are together, these ones are not together, these are together. And that is what Gestalt theory is all about. So if one can understand what Gestalt theory is, it's very easy for you to design a very beautiful interface, because you already have a eye for design once you are able to understand Gestalt theory. Moving forward, we'll be talking about product development stages. Since UI design is all about the product, what are the stages a product goes through before it becomes fully functioning? The first phase is the planning phase. This is where you map out what the product needs to accomplish, the tone and feel of the product. This is where the stakeholder will come and tell you, okay, this is what I want to design a product that enables users to, let's say, users order food online and they be able to pay online, track their food, know when the delivery is coming, have the details of the delivery person, and be able to track how many minutes it will take for the food to get to them. That is the planning phase. So after the stakeholder and designer have been able to talk together. It involves the project manager and every other person coming together to discuss, okay, look at what the stakeholder says, and they plan on how the project is going to be like. Then we move on to the design phase. Design phase is all about all the analysis that has been gathered during the planning phase. How can we turn it to a mock-up? When I say mock-up means how can we turn it to a UI design? Usually it could be probably a web app or a website or a mobile app design. And then moving on to the development phase. And this is the implementation stage where you bring the product alive using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is when the UI designer is working with the developer, the front-end developer. Because a UI designer job doesn't only finishes when you've designed. No, your job is just starting as a UI designer. Because you have to collaborate with the front-end person, and there are times when whatever you designed will have to be reiterated on, because not all the things you design can actually be developed with HTML and CSS, because what you did on Figma is just a drop and drag. So on HTML and CSS, it has to be fully functioning. So collaboration with the front-end developer will have to take place. And then the launch phase, this is where the product goes through some testing from the user's end and you get feedback. Then this feedback will be reiterated on, because there is no final product. No matter how good a product is, there will always be need for improvement. So, and when there is need for improvement, you have to go back again to your design stage and do things better. So that takes us to design tools. A good number of design tools, I just mentioned a few ones here. One of it is Sketch, InVision, Figma, Adobe XD, Miro, and Zeppelin. There are a whole lot of design tools actually. One that I personally use is Figma, because it works on both Apple products and both on PCs. So if you have a MacBook Pro or Apple products, feel free to use Sketch on your device. Feel free to use InVision. But if you feel you don't have that, Figma works on every device, and it's been a wonderful tool so far. All of these tools have their own work. Sketch, for instance, I'm going to talk a bit about it, but I'm still going to talk about it later on. Sketch is used for mapping out your design before even going online or before even opening your Figma or your Adobe XD. Sometimes some people need Sketch. Some people use Sketch to map out their designs. Same with InVision. Figma is used for designing. I think everybody knows what Figma is. Figma, you can use it to design, you can use it for interactions, you can use it for prototyping, for presentation. It is very flexible. Adobe XD too does the same work as Figma. Miro can be used for taking down your case studies. Probably you want to design analysis or cart sorting or journey map flows, user flows. Miro is good at that, and so on and so forth. So move on to the next slide. Basic UI design process. The process that a typical UI designer takes starts from sketches. So like I said earlier on, you can use your sketch pads if you are using a MacBook Pro to map out your design, but you can also sketch on paper. That is what I do most of the time. I find it very easy to sketch on paper because it's easier. I can easily trash the paper and start all over again. I can easily use my eraser to clean out some things, and because at that point you're only planning, you're only mapping out, you haven't even finalized your design already. At that point you're just bringing out all the ideas in your brain, all you think can work out for the design. Most viable product sometimes can take like 2 3 4 reiteration before you get the best result or the best user experience for your product. So that's why most times sketching on paper and using pencil and paper is actually very good, but that doesn't stop you from exploring sketchpad. You can also sketch on Figma or on the whiteboard, anyone that works for you. And then we move on to wireframe. Wireframes is like a skeleton. That is what I can call it. It's just like a skeleton. It doesn't need colors at that moment, doesn't need icons at that moment, doesn't need any particular necessary image at that moment. It's just like a filler content of what your proposed product is going to be like. So once you sketch, then you move on to the wireframing part, which you can use your Figma to accomplish. Then moving on to component kits. Component kit can be like your plugins, because most of the plugins now comes with some nice materials. A good example is Iconify. Iconify has Google material in it. So Google material, there you can find icons. You can even search for materials that are industry standard that Google uses for their products. And there's another one called content, I think it's content creation or something. There you find images and all the rest of it in it. So all of these are component kits. Then moving on to task flow. Task flow is when you're bringing down your wireframes together now to see, okay, this is what we have planned to do. How is it going to be like? If we say, okay, a user is meant to accomplish this particular purpose, how is the user going to do it? What's the journey going to be like for the user? Those are your task flow. And high fidelity is what it means. High fidelity, that is the total mock-up of what you have designed, bringing in the pictures, the colors, the imageries, the icons, the everything into it. And then prototype is just an interaction of how your intended product is meant to look like. Okay, so this is just the basic UI design process. So without further ado, I don't know if someone asked a question before I move on. Wow, the battery is running now. Are we together? Hello?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are together.
Yes, we are
Okay,
together. Yes, we are
Okay.
together.
If anyone has questions, please feel free to ask before I move on from what we've discussed so far. Okay, am I seeing hands? No. Are you saying there's no question?
Hi, good
Okay,
evening.
yes. The presentation, I will share it. Sure, I will. Okay, I think
Yeah,
no one
I
is
wanted
talking.
to
Good
ask
evening.
my question is task flow the same thing as user flow or they are different?
Yes. Task flow and user flow, they are the same, but there is a slight difference between them because users are not the same. sometimes a user can say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish on this website. Another person will tell you, this is another thing I want to accomplish on this website. So the route the both of them is going to take will be different. That's just a slight difference
Okay.
there. But task flow and user flow, they are 99% the same.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
These are all cool.
Hello.
Okay, yes, please.
I want to ask that the basic UI tools, are you going to download this online?
Yeah, the one I recommend, which is Figma, is online. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You can browse it. You can use it with your browser though, but you get the best experience when you download it.
Should you download this now?
Um, I wouldn't say yes or no, cause I don't think I have much time for that now. But
Okay.
if you want, that's okay. All right, so let's move forward, guys.
Sir, I have a question.
Please, can you suspend your question till when I'm done? Cause my laptop will soon go off, and if you have a question, I can just turn on my phone and we can talk from there. Sorry about that.
Okay, please. All questions should be hold till after the lecture is over, please. All lectures should hold till after the lecture is over. Thank you.
Okay, so I think the next thing we are talking about here is plugins. I want to show you plugins. So on your let's talk Figma a little. Once you are on Figma, it takes you to their home page. Unfortunately for me, I'm not sure I can do that because my battery is draining. So let's assume you're able to tour your Figma yourself, because I know that being a designer, you are tech savvy. So you should be able to do that yourself. This right here takes you to the main menu. This F sign here takes you to the main menu. This is what we call the move tool. This move tool is in two. This one is move, this one is scale. Let me just make use of this move for you. With this move tool, I can stretch this, I can bring it down. But with this, which is the scale, it is going to scale everything together at once. You know, the move tool is actually touching on one angle. This will bring down everything all at once. That is the work of the scale. Most times we use scale for probably image. We don't want the image size to be scattered. We don't want the shape size to become scattered. That is what we use scale for. And here we have frame and slice. The shortcut for this frame is F on your keyboard. When you click on F on your keyboard, it brings out this panel on your right. So on the frame, you have your phone frame, you have iPhone this and iPhone that, Android this and Android that. You have tablets, you have desktop, you have presentation, you have watch, paper, social media, Figma community, and all and all and all. So imagine if I just click, okay, you see what just happened now? If I click F on my keyboard, if you check on the right panel, you see all of this. And on that same right panel, you get prototype, you get inspect. This prototype now can help me to prototype all these things I have done all together. If I'm ready to interact with it, if I want this one to come this way or any interaction, that is what prototype is. That's a total different topic on its own. Inspect will tell me the code, the CSS code of all these things I have done. We really don't need it for now. So under your frame, if you are designing for an iPhone, you are designing for an Android, you can just pick this frame here and design. Like for instance, this particular one here is an iPhone. I don't know if it is iPhone 11 or something, but this is an iPhone mockup here. Okay, so moving forward to the next one, which is this shape tool. We have rectangle and all of the rest there. So if you are designing, you need a UI card. You can use your rectangle. You want lines, circuit. It's called Eclipse here. Or you want to bring a image from your computer. If you have images from your system, you can bring it from here too, from this place image. And then we have this tool here. It's called pen tool and pencil tool. Pen tool, let me see. I used to have issues with pen tool sometimes. It takes a lot of practice to know how to use pen tool. You can see. Okay, so moving forward, text tool. This text tool is just going to help you to type whatever you want to type. And once you click on the text tool, if you check your right panel, you'll see all the text instructions there under the text here. Or
Okay, we're still together. We're still together. I think there's a little issue, but we're still together. Yeah, we're still together. We're still on the screen. We are learning. We are learning here. Or more what? Okay. Wow. We are learning. I think by the time this training is over, would all have a basic of using the Figma app. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
So student that took the this one again. Okay.
Yeah, are we still together?
Yes, we are here.
All
I'm
right.
Yes,
here.
we are. Yes, we are.
Yes,
All right.
we are together.
Okay. Okay. While there's this little break, we can send our questions. We can ask our questions. We can ask our questions while we are here currently. First of all, before we ask the questions, we want to know how good the class went. What's your view? What do you think about the class? If you want to talk, you can unmute your mic and you talk. If you want us to also see where you are talking from, you could put on your camera so that we can see you and appreciate you for. Okay.
sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. The teacher is back. The teacher is back. Let's get on. Let's get on for the lecture. The teacher is back. Please, everyone, let's get on for the lecture. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, teacher.
Am I being heard, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Could go on. Go on.
I can hear you quite now. So, guys, where are we?
Okay, we're on layouts. We're on layouts currently. We're on the layouts currently.
I'm not sure I can discuss about that now without showing you guys, but I can just talk through it. So, layout on Figma is just basically mobile and desktop. Most of the time, developers work with desktop for any desktop view, whether the person is on MacBook Pro, whether the person is on whatever website. Most of developers work with desktop. So it is advisable to use desktop for your designs of any web app. Only on rare cases should you use MacBook, because formally the size of desktop is 1440 by width. So that is what most of the developers use. And the grid for desktop, if I can vividly recall, is I remember the columns. The columns, I think columns usually 30, and the grid, if I'm correct, is 100. And sorry, don't let me start saying what I don't know here. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll need to have another class to discuss about that. Yeah. And I was talking about plugins earlier on. We have so many plugins I would have loved to show you. And right now, there are some plugins that actually make your work easier as a UI designer. You don't have to start from the scratch designing what is not. For example, there's a plugin I mentioned, Iconify. There's another one, Remix. Remix is a very handy tool when it comes to plugins, because the normal standard plugin size for mobile is 24 by 24. So if you are using any other plugin, maybe from a random site or any random plugin that is not 24 by 24, it could cause a drift between you and the developer, or it will make your design imbalance. It makes your design appear to be imbalanced. So that's why I could recommend Remix icon very well. Their icons are usually comes in 24 by 24, and which is advisable for mobile development. And for which other plugin is there? There's one called Styler, a very handy tool. When you are working on design system, you are working on a style guide for a brand or a company, or you are working on a style guide for the developer to understand what the design is all about, or the guides for the design, Styler is a very handy tool. With Styler, your design system can come up in less than 30-40 minutes without you having to waste so much time on it. So sorry, my laptop is down. I would have loved to show you guys that. And other one, we have Unsplash for imageries. We have pexels.com for imageries. We have iStock photos for imageries. And I recommend Pexel because most of the pictures on Pexel, they are free from copyright. So you are free to use them at any time. Nobody's going to hold you. But some pictures on Splash, most of them are not actually of standard. Of course, I think they are also free from copyright, but then they don't have that good quality standards as Pexel.com. So let me see. Can I? Cool. So that is that for plugin. Yeah. So I think I'll welcome questions now, because I would like to stop here.
Okay. We appreciate our teacher. We appreciate our teacher. We appreciate our teacher this evening. We all are happy. I believe we all have learned a lot from today's lecture. Yeah, we are all happy, I believe, because if you are actually a person that doesn't know anything about UI UX design from the scratch, at least you have grabbed a little knowledge of the basics of UI UX designs, and also some tools that you could use. You understand? Okay, myself, I use a Figma. I use Figma because Figma gives me what I want. Yeah, you could actually go for other apps you could use for your designs. Personally, I use Figma. It has a very good interface and very easy to use if you actually know the basics. So I want us to note that the training documents for the training, the whole things you need to know about this training that has occurred today is going to be dropped on the WhatsApp so that we all can view. We'll also watch it on the YouTube page. The link will be dropped on WhatsApp, so we all can go there and view in case you've missed this particular training for today. So this is how we're going to be doing the rest of the program. For now, I want us to actually unmute our mics. Let's unmute our mics. Once I call your name, you could unmute your mic, and if possible, show us your put on your camera on so that we can see where you are talking from. I want us to within seconds tell us how the class went and what you feel about the class and what you've learned from the class. So I'll be dropping, I'll be calling names so that once I call your name, you could come on and tell us what you learned from the class before we go into the question section. So I'll be starting from Sylvester. Sylvester, I want you to put on your mic and with seconds, tell us how you enjoyed the class.
Okay, the class today has been great. At least I learned one or two, three things, and maybe some other tools that I can use to do the UI UX work. So I'm hoping to get more and more knowledge on the same. Thank you.
Okay, we thank Sylvester. We thank Sylvester so much for that comment. We appreciate that comment. We are happy that you learned from this opportunity. We're happy you learned from this opportunity. Okay, we are going to call on Johnson. Johnson, you could come up now. Johnson, you could come up now, and let's listen to what you learned from today's training.
Okay. Good evening. I'm so happy with this training. I'm so glad I gained a lot because before my brother discouraged me that I should not do the UI UX because he have done it. He said that UI UX is so deep that it I cannot carry that I should leave it, that I should go for another training. Now I have to understand of it. He made me to the basics of to see that if are like correct law, I think that I'm correct all the tools that since it's on Figma. Just need to see the correct law, the way I design. I like it. I like it. I like the concept. More job. God bless.
Okay.
I'm so
Okay.
happy part of this program.
Okay, we thank Johnson. Thank Johnson for that wonderful comment. We appreciate Johnson. What I want you to know tonight is let no one discourage you. Anything you want to go for, you go for it. Don't allow anybody discourage you. Just take your stand, take the risk. You understand, so you could become big. So I thank Johnson. Thank you for commenting. We are moving next to Ozil. We're moving next to Ozil. Ozil, are you on? Ozil, are
Yes,
you on?
I'm on.
Okay.
Yes, I'm on. I'm on. Okay, good evening, all. I want to thank the organizers of this for a job well done. Also, the teacher for the job well done. Indeed, it's an interesting class, but I also love to get the materials so that at least when we are practicing, we could also practice with it. So I would have come up with the video, but there's no light here, so I'm sorry about that. For in all, I want to thank the organizer and everyone who are putting efforts to actually make this a success. Thank you very much.
Okay. We thank Ozil so much. Ozil, we thank you so much. We are so sorry about the lights. We are so sorry about the lights. We know we are in Nigeria. Uh, Anything goes for anything. So, but we appreciate you for at least seeing the importance to join the training for this evening. We are happy you learned a lot. Yeah, and all materials you need will be dropped. All materials you need will be dropped for you to pick up and use while you are practicing. Yes, it's a promise. All materials will be dropped. I don't know if Suzanne is on. If Suzanne is on, we would love to hear uh, your comments. Don't know if Suzanne is on. Susan Kahugu. Susan, don't know if you're on for you to drop your comments. Helen available? Is Helen available to drop comments? Is Helen available to drop comments on how the training benefited her? Is she available to drop comments? Okay, let's move to King Joe. King Joe, is King Joe available?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
let's hear from you, King Joe.
Okay, actually, I don't have the lot I have to a big appreciate to the organizer of this class and also the teacher. And I believe we still get to learn more as we proceed in it. So I would like to ask one next. I would like to ask the date I will have the next class. I mean, the next section. I don't know if you can tell me that now, or that will be dropped in the group.
Okay, yeah, the next section is going to be on the 17th of September by the next week, Saturday. That's when the next section is going to hold.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, King Joe. You're welcome, King Joe. We appreciate you for that wonderful comment. We appreciate you so much for at least seeing the importance of coming here to get this training to also improve your skills on UI UX designs. So thank you, King Joe. Johnson is waving. Johnson is
That,
waving.
that the next lecture be on next Saturday. What are you
Yes.
going to be doing for them?
Okay. Yes.
Why
There's yeah, projects will be dropped. Projects will be dropped. Assignments will be dropped in the group. Projects and assignments is going to be dropped in the group. A whole lot that you can practice with, so that by the next class we'll all take a brief view on what we all have done from our ends in order to see how well we are improving. Yeah. Thank you, Johnson, for that wonderful insight. Thank you for that wonderful insight. I think we've done justice to that. Okay, let's move to Achelion. I think I don't really know the correct pronunciation of that name. Achelion. I don't know if Achelion is around for us to listen to the comments from the night's class. Achelion.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening,
Good
Achelion.
evening. So much of this for the class. She did a very nice job. Though I didn't join you people on time, but I was able to grab some certain things. Thank you very much. But I think she should just help us to drop the necessary tools so that we can be practicing maybe after the class or during the class.
Yes. That was a promise we gave earlier, that all materials will be dropped. All materials is going to be dropped for every one of us to see what to practice with. Yes, it's a promise that all materials will be dropped. Projects and assignments will be dropped so that we can practice with. Helen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Echelion. Thank you very much. Yeah, Helen with the hands. Helene with her hands. She ready now to tell us what she learns from the training tonight. Helene, are you available now? Yeah, you raised your hands earlier. I don't know if you are available now. Helene. Okay. Are we moving to Kingsley? Is Kingsley available? Is Kingsley available to briefly tell us how the program went tonight and what he has learned? Yes. Kingsley. Okay, Kingsley, are you available? Okay, for those that want to see the wonderful man behind the camera speaking, yeah, this is my wonderful self. Yeah, Emmanuel Okuzoma. Yes, it's my wonderful self. So, Kingsley, I don't know if you're available now. I don't know if you're available. Can we move to Olarewaju? Olarewaju, are you on? Olarewaju, are you on? Okay, Helen keeps raising her hands. Helen, are you on the mic now? So can we hear from you now, Helen? Helen, can we hear from Helen now? She's been raising her hands. Yeah, okay. Johnson, you want to say something again?
Sorry, our tutor said that we should use a desktop the desktop computer tiny. What about those that have laptop?
Okay. I think very soon we'll be going into the question section that you can drop that. Yeah, very soon we'll go into this question section, so we could drop that. So can we just take one more person before the question? Okay, can we take Moses? Moses, are you on? Okay, I think Olariwaju just put on
Okay,
his.
I'm on.
Okay, let's listen to Olariwaju, please. Olariwaju just put on his camera. Can we listen to Olariwaju?
Yeah. Oh, good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Olariwaju.
I'm so happy to be joining this class. Yeah. Even though I'm joining from work and I had to just create a time. Sorry. I have really. Yeah. Good evening. I really enjoyed the class, and once again, I'll say thank you to the organizers of this program,
All
and
right.
a big thank you to the to our tutor too. Thank you. I thank her for the great presentation. I have known about product design before, but at least getting to refresh my memory about it again, it's a good thing. And
Okay.
I say well done to Miss Time for coordinating the class so well and so wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you, my boss. Thank you, my boss. Thank you, my boss. I appreciate you also for finding out time to come on to learn few things for yourself, despite the fact that you are at work. So thank you. So Moses, can we have you before we run into the questions? Moses, can we have you now before we run into the questions, please? Yeah, Moses, can we have you now?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, I want to thank the organizers for giving this opportunity. Personally, I've been learning UI UX on myself. I've been on a self study, but no knowledge is enough, and it's more better when you learn in group for motivation, and then having accountability partners also. So I just want to say thank you. The class was really refreshing, and I learned things in some new things, and I'm looking forward to learn more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Moses. Thank you very much, Moses. I love it so much when people appreciate good things. Thank you very much, Moses. Uh, thank you very much, Moses. It was a wonderful thing that you have been practicing already, and you have come also to add skills, to add more knowledge, to add a few things also to what you know. Yeah, it's a very good thing. Keep it up. While the training proceeds, you know more things. Yeah, it's an assurance. While the training proceeds, you know more things. Thank you, Moses. Thank you very much. So right now we are going into the question section. We're going into the question section. If you want to ask a question, you signify by dropping the high emoji. Yeah, signify by dropping the high emoji. If you have a question, you signify by dropping the high emoji. And once I see the high emoji, I'm going to pick you up for you to ask your questions. And once the questions are asked, the teacher for this training, I believe she's still available. Yeah, she's still available for her to answer the question. So can you please ask Johnson? Johnson, you asked the question earlier, so let's quickly rush through it. Yeah, Johnson, yeah, quickly ask your question.
My question is that our tutor said you should use desktop computer if you want to do the web designing. I'm not. Can we use the laptop for the web designing? If you want to design it for web. instead of desktop because not all of us have desktop computer. Like me
Okay.
now, it is the laptop that.
Okay. Okay. That was the question. We applaud the speaker for tonight to give a response to that question.
Yeah, why? You can actually use your laptop, your and you can use your laptop to run your Figma. Figma is a software, a design software. You can run your Figma on you can run it on your laptop, you can run it on your desktop. What I was saying earlier on was that when it comes to frame you are working with, it is best to keep to the standard which is desktop. Am I making sense? I'm not talking of whether you use your Figma on desktop or laptop. You can use your Figma on any device, whether on your mobile phone or in your
Okay, okay. All
or
right, all right. Thank you, teacher, for that. What we are going to ask the rest of our questions on WhatsApp. Whatever question you have, you are free to pour your mind. You are free to pour your mind for the questioning here on WhatsApp. Let's interact now on WhatsApp. You could drop your questions. You're going to get a response to all the questions that you'll be asked, and also project and assignments will be dropped there for you to go through, for you to work with, for you to flow with and practice with, so that by the next time we're going to be having our training, we're going to brush through all those projects that we have been given. So please let's head on to WhatsApp and join and ask our questions. Yeah, the next training day is going to be next week, Saturday, on the 17th of September. I would love every one of us to join, invite friends, invite colleagues, invite people you believe they would gain a lot from this, just like you've gained a lot. Yeah, I also thank the speaker for tonight. Yeah, she's lovely. I thank her so much for giving us this wonderful insights. So I appreciate you all for joining us. Remember, my name is Emmanuel Okuzoma. Yeah, I thank you all for joining us on this platform for tonight. So have a wonderful night. Let's go to WhatsApp and continue the conversation. Take care and good night, everyone. Bye.